If you need a space at home where you can focus on a task, whether it's for work or not, I have some ideas for you. Welcome to GA Atelier, the podcast where intentional interior design meets mindful living. I'm your host, Shihan Askar, and I'm here with you on this journey to transform our living spaces into sanctuaries that reflect our unique story, personality, style, and lifestyle, while elevating our everyday life at home. So step inside my design workshop and let's design your home together. So, whether you're working from home full time, or now more and more people work a few days at home and a few days at the office, or you just need a corner for a specific project or a creative project, or even just personal tasks like, I don't know, paying bills, or what I like to call just life admin stuff, having a thoughtfully designed workspace can make you feel focused, productive, and maybe even inspired. So I wanted to discuss today, like, how can we design that space? What are at least the main elements we should think about? So the first one is the foundation of an intentional workspace, which is really to try as much as possible to designate a dedicated area, no matter how small. You don't have to have a separate room completely for a home office, but that doesn't mean you can't have at least a small area that is specifically for this task. Even if it's just a small corner in your living room, the idea is just to define the space, that this is the space where I sit and do these tasks or that project or work. So you are really separating the space, or the living area, especially areas where you relax or have fun and other activities. You separate these areas from that workspace. And maybe the main one to avoid is your bedroom. Just really try to find somewhere else in the house that you can have that little corner, because you really want to separate work and rest. It'll just be easier for you to associate that specific space with the specific task. So the bedroom is to rest and relax and sleep, and the other corner or the other room is to work or to finish those tasks. So just it will help your brain associate your work area with focus and productivity, and it will make it easier to mentally transition into that work mode whenever you sit down in that space. The other thing is to then set the intention. Okay, so now you found the space. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a full room, but a space. And you want to start thinking, okay, how do I want this space to look, function, and feel? So yes, it is a workspace. It is, we'll have a desk and all of that, but we can go beyond that. This is your home office. So you can really go and be as creative as you want and really focus on how do you want to feel there. Think about what you need to be productive in that space. What makes you feel good in that environment? Do you want to feel focused while still being, relaxed, maybe creative? It depends. What do you want to work on in that space? So set the intention so that the space is not just like, okay, I just throw in a desk, a chair, a computer, and we're done. Just curate the objects, the items, the furniture with intention. So the first one is, how do you want it to look? Do you want minimalistic aesthetic? You just want something very relaxing, not too much distractions? What color palette do you want? What colors will make you more focused or productive? Or again, if you want to be creative, what colors make you feel inspired like that? How do you want it to function? Think about the flow of the space. Can you walk in easily? Are things on the floor? Do you need an organization system? Do you have a lot of paper maybe that you need to get rid of, or store in a specific filing system? Do you have enough maybe drawers in the desk, computer equipment that you have, all of that. Like, how do you want the space to function? And is it comfortable for you? The chair, the desk, all of that. And then, of course, how you want to feel. Because, we want it to be a productive workspace, but it doesn't mean it cannot be relaxing. It cannot be energizing. It doesn't have to be a place where you just go and it's like a punishment to go in there and just, oh my God, I have to go and work. You can make it really enjoyable. So once you've dedicated the space and, you set that intention of kind of how you want it to look, function, and feel, the next step is declutter, especially if that's a space that was used for something else or even your current office, but you haven't decluttered in a while. And if you've listened to the podcast before, you've probably heard me that, we can never really declutter once and it's done, I think. It's a constant thing, especially with work stuff and paperwork, mail, all of that. It's kind of a constant thing that we have to do regularly. So that's really one of the biggest obstacles is clutter. It's visual and mental too, because visual clutter can lead to mental clutter. And in the office especially, less is usually more. So start by removing items that don't serve a specific purpose in your workspace. Just keep what you need. Allow for negative space, so spaces that are empty. You don't have to fill every nook and cranny, every drawer, every cabinet, bookshelf. Just give it some breathing room so that the space is, more relaxing, and it gives you also your mind room to breathe. Then, organize what you have left. Keep it into, a simple filing system, a simple organization system, and streamlined. So just keep the essentials on display. Try to keep the rest in a cabinet or drawer, just out of sight if you don't use it every day. And that doesn't mean the space has to be sterile. It just means that you're just clearing away the unnecessary distractions, the stuff you don't use every day. And one of my favorite things to do here is kind of like a quick fix to make everything kind of look cohesive, is to simply buy, containers that you like, but that match. So, the same set, the same color, so that everything is organized, but also looks streamlined. Aesthetically, it will be more pleasing, more relaxing to the eyes. And it's the easiest way to create a streamlined system and organization. The lighting, of course, of the space is important. You want to be, energized and focused and not sleepy. So, try to have natural light as much as possible. Sunlight boosts your mood and it keeps your energy level up. So if you can, be close to a window or keep the window, open. Allow a lot of sunlight. If you don't have that, then, try to invest in some good quality lighting and maybe a desk lamp, overhead light fixture. So just you have both. Warm light bulbs so that it's a little softer. We don't want anything, LED and cold that is not comfortable. Again, we're trying to create an environment that is inviting so it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to the work, space now. And just bring in natural elements, some greenery, plants, fresh flowers. It will soften the space and it will make it feel more connected to the outdoors. And apparently even that plants could improve your productivity. So why not have some plants, have some flowers? And then the ambiance, just in general. How do you feel? So we don't want the workspace to be, like I said, associated with like a punishment. Oh, I'm going in there. I had a client recently. We were just doing a design day where it's usually, quick fixes and just looking at the space in one day and see what can we achieve and change and transform. And I noticed immediately when I went into the office space is that she had pushed her desk completely to the corner. So not only she was not facing the sunlight coming from the window, she was also just losing a lot of space, just being tucked in the corner and not even close to the light fixture. So it was very dark in the corner, almost like, like I said, it felt like, oh, it's a punishment to be in that space and I'm not going to enjoy it. So just pushing the desk away from the corner, positioning it in a way that faces the sunlight, is closer to the light fixture, so it's the place is lit up, basically the desk area, and just having her the back of the desk also against or her back, I should say, against the wall, gave her immediately a sense of like, oh, that works a lot better. It's a completely different feel already. So we didn't buy any new furniture. We just moved things around, changed the layout a little bit, and immediately it lifted the mood. And a little detail here, that's what I wanted to clarify, is that the preferred position for a desk is what they call command position. So you're facing the door and have your back when you're sitting against the wall, so that you're always seeing like who's coming through the door. And if you're facing a window, you can see everything in the room basically. But experiment and see what makes you feel, more focused. Maybe you will like it, maybe you won't. I recently moved my desk closer to the back wall, and so that I have a better view of the entire space. And it made a difference in how much I'm focused, because I don't know, it made me feel like I could see the entire room and I'm really kind of in control of my space. The other thing is, creating the right ambiance is beyond what you see. You can also use sound and scent. So you can add ambient background sounds like soft music or nature sounds. Maybe that helps you focus. And there are a lot of playlists out there now for productivity and focus and all of that. So experiment with that and see, maybe it makes me enjoy the space more and focus more. The other one is scent. Again, just a candle is the easiest. You sit down and you have that scent. It kind of associates the place with a specific scent that is calming, relaxing. Why not? So another thing to look at here in that space is quality over quantity, because, like we said, we want it streamlined. We don't want too many things to distract us visually. So you really don't need much. So what you have, you can really invest in something that you really love, that is good quality. You really need a good desk, a good chair, maybe shelves or cabinets, but it's not a lot. So you can focus on what you really want, what you really need, and what you like, and invest in it. I changed my desk to a wooden one with rounded edges, and this instantly elevated the space. I love it a lot more than my previous desk, and it really gave me just that amazing sense of being grounded and focused, maybe because of the wood element, while still being soft because there are no edges. It's rounded, so it just fits perfectly for how I want it to feel in that space. So think about what you want and invest in that, because again, you don't have that many pieces. And then you can add a statement piece, something that really inspires you when you go in that space. It could be a piece of art that sparks creativity, maybe framed photograph, or a unique object that reminds you of your goal. Just a personal touch that reflects who you are and what motivates you, so you can be, as productive and enjoy the space and what you do. So designing a workspace, especially at home, if you design it with intention, is not about just the aesthetics, what you will be seeing, but also how you will be feeling in that space. You want that space to support your goals and inspires you to work. Not just a place that we associate with something negative, but we want to associate it with something that is fun, enjoyable, that we look forward to. So tag me on Instagram. I would love to maybe see your space, or, what are your thoughts on this? What would you try to change in your home office? And, how does it make you feel after that change? There is also a guide in the show notes that includes the home office and other spaces in your home, how to elevate different rooms with just tiny changes. So, you can get that. And there's also a quiz that you can try, and you find out what is your style at home and what environment supports that style. Thank you for joining my atelier. I hope this episode inspired you to have a home office that you will love. Please leave a review or share this episode with someone who might find it also inspiring. I'll see you in the next episode.